Hello and welcome to another big UC partner update with me, David Dungay. Today I am joined by Jonathan McCormick, COO at Intermedia. Welcome to the show, Jonathan. How are you?
Good, great, David. Thanks for having me again. Always happy to be back here.
Fantastic. So today we're going to get a bit of insight into the Intermedia portfolio and what's coming down the line for partners. Should we get straight into that conversation, Jonathan, and maybe talk about some challenges? What are your biggest challenges that your partners are facing today?
Sure. Yeah, let me jump right in there. So we've talked about this before, but I believe the biggest challenge that all of the traditional UC partners are facing is being disintermediated from their customers by kind of the pure play cloud providers out there. And there's a lot of trends driving, premise-based systems to the cloud, and everybody's going to end up in the cloud. And then with all the advancements in AI that's, really started speeding up in the last year or so and going to keep speeding up, all of that's going to happen in the cloud. So it's really important that partners have a cloud strategy. The problem is that today, most of the providers, pure play providers out there, their channel strategy is kind of a sales agent type channel, which means if you're a partner and you've built this great business and you own all these customer relationships and over time, you end up getting disintermediated and handing that customer over to a pure play cloud provider, which is why we have a different business model. We call it our core partner model, and it stands for customer ownership reseller. And that's how we go to market, which is different than everybody else, because let me be clear. I think that the partners play a critical role in working together with a cloud provider to deliver a great service to their customers. And so, that to me is one of the challenges they keep facing, and honestly, how we differentiate in the market.
Yeah, you mentioned AI there. AI is front and center for a lot of partners right now. A lot of them are looking at it as an opportunity potentially. How do I take hold of this opportunity? I mean, do you feel that there's an opportunity around AI for partners? Or do you feel there's a risk there as well of potentially pushing those partners in a certain direction? Perhaps away from that customer control that a lot of your partners resonate with.
Well, again, in my mind, AI is just another trend driving everything to the cloud. And so if you're not, partnering with someone like Intermedia, where you can still own the customer relationship and handle the billing and set your pricing and bundle your other services with the cloud UC contact center and AI products, then yes, you're going to have a big issue there. Now, if you're operating in the core model or reseller model, then I see it as an opportunity or an advantage to you, because you're, let's be honest about it, pure UC, it's getting commoditized. Those products look very similar there, but being able to go to a business owner as their local trusted advisor, and, you're running their networks, you're running their desktops and other things for them, and bring them this not just a UC product, but a UC product with contact center embedded, with AI embedded, that can really help them modernize their business communications, is a super valuable thing for a partner to be able to do for their customers.
So, Jonathan, let's get into some product roadmap now. Can you give us a bit of insight onto the roadmap? What's coming down the line from a features and benefits point of view? And, what are you going to be bringing your partners over the next 12 months or so?
Sure. And I can't remember if we talked about this last time we spoke or not, but last year we launched our UC archiving product, which is, where I think we're the only UC cloud provider in the market that has their own archiving product. And just to let everybody understand what it is, it archives all forms of communication. So it's your phone, your chats, your SMSs, your video meetings like this, your contact center communications, your emails. It archives all forms of communication, which is super helpful for the individual. I don't know how often you've had even the situation where I know someone sent me a note and a message and I meant to get back to it, but I can't remember where I got it from, right? So being able to archive all those forms together, end user contextual search against them. And then of course you can imagine, for regulated industries, the advantage of this, right? But the reason I mention that is today it's an archiving product, But really, if you think about it, it's a database that's storing all of the forms of communication from the company, both internally and externally. And so, yeah, it gives you the base core archiving components that you need that are super valuable for a business. But also, we're starting to, what I would say is, you will eventually hear us get rid of the term archiving. And I don't know what we'll call it. I don't want to jump ahead of our EV product. She will name it eventually, but this would become more of a business intelligence or business analytics platform because we have all of the communications there, and we're starting to use AI on top of it to do things like sentiment analysis or look at like the pathways of communication. You could be a sales leader and you could look at your team and see what forms of communication they use and who do they talk to the most, internal, external, et cetera. What are the sentiments you hear in there? Well, you could do a word diagram on top of it. What are the things that are come up the most in all of the conversations in the company? Like it's going to be hugely valuable. And we've actually, one of the changes we made is we include that in our core product now, which really differentiates us from others. We include it in our core product with sort of 30 days rolling retention, and then you can buy up to different retention periods. So that's something we're really super excited about, and you're going to see a lot of advancements in that product leveraging AI.
Fantastic. So, what else is coming down the line, Jonathan? Tell me all your secrets and everything that your partners are going to get their hands on over the coming year.
Sure. And so one of the things we're focused on is getting deeper into different verticals, right? So, we already have a fully integrated UC and contact center story, so it's already fully integrated. And then we add archiving to it, so you get a really nice set of tools here to really get more vertical. Just recently, last year we launched a really nice healthcare integration, from our contact center into 7 of the top EHR platforms out there, which is super, again, gets away from commoditizing the product, brings a lot more value to the business that's purchasing these things. And we're going further with that. So automobile dealership, we signed an agreement with a company called Reynolds & Reynolds. They're one of the largest automobile CRM or platforms there. I think they probably cover almost 50% of the automobile dealers in the U.S. We signed an agreement with them. We've got an integration there launching here in April. There's a legal platform we're launching on with an integration there. So we're going to get more vertical. We've already got a good vertical story with our product set, and now we're slowly picking off the really key integrations into the different key platforms for the different verticals. And so when you take the combined UCCC plus the integration plus the archiving, it's going to be a very valuable story for the partners, for their customers. I wanted to mention for you is that we just launched a new brand called Ascend for service providers. And we're using the same core partner model that we used with all of the legacy telephony or UC VARs to go to market. And the same thing's kind of happening now in that industry that happened in the legacy telephony VAR industry. There's disruption happening in the supplier chain. Microsoft has purchased Metaswitch and is really trying to drive people to Teams. Cisco's purchased BroadSoft and is really trying to drive people to WebEx. And so it's creating opportunity there for us. And, the service providers, much like all of the legacy UC or telephony VARs, really appreciate sort of the key tenets of the core partner model. So we're super excited about it and have had some really good early success there. Had a great channel partners conference just recently, meeting with a bunch of the, I would call them kind of second tier service providers, but super excited about it.
Fantastic. So, Jonathan, I think that's a great place to end today's discussion. It's so great to see so many great things coming down the line from Intermedia's point of view. Your partner's going to get loads of opportunities to get their teeth stuck into new technology and go to market with it, which is fantastic to hear. So, thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure, David. Always great to catch up with you. Look forward to next time. Thank you.
And thank you for joining me. You've been joining me, David Dungay, on another big UC Partner Update. Don't forget you can follow all the action by using the big UC Partner Update hashtag on social media. That's it from me. See you next time.